2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA. We're joined by the legends Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the Los Angeles Lakers. Taking a look at the Lakers, they're ahead of where they were last season at this time. Always nice to see that progress in a positive direction. Well, without a doubt, the best thing to happen to the Lakers this offseason was jumping up in the lottery to land the #2 overall pick, which they used on D'Angelo Russell. Kenny, how much does this help the Lakers?
Well, years ago, the Lakers had a pick, and they elected to go small instead of big with Vlade Divac and went with a guy named Kobe Bryant. And they're hoping that they can have this similar type success by going small with D'Angelo Russell.
It's a very good compliment to the team. You know, they already have a lot of guards on the roster. I'm surprised they didn't pick Okafor at #2. I'd like to see the inside and outside that the Lakers are used to, especially when it comes to winning championships. Hopefully he could fit in.
That's it for us for now, but we'll have much more later.
Everyone is in their seats here at the Wells Fargo Center as the 76ers look to grab a win here in Philadelphia. For the Philadelphia 76ers, they come in off that loss to the Memphis Grizzlies. And that was a real body blow for them. They got taken apart both offensively and defensively.
It wasn't just about the bad shooting. It was really more so about the bad offense. They just didn't execute well. The screens weren't there. The spacing was poor, and thusly the defeat.
Well, you've laid out a couple of the details that lead to good offense or bad if you don't execute them. Shooting is just a byproduct of not screening well and not moving the ball or players well. They didn't execute anything on the offensive end.
Let's get a nice clean game, huh?
It'll be Los Angeles off the tip. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready for that jam. Wow. Beautiful.
And that's another one for the highlight reel. But isn't every one of this guy's dunks down with him?
Now Thompson, following the three-point attempt by Kobe Bryant. Smith kicks to Thompson. It's good, the assist that time from Smith. Thompson's got his first three there.
Is that what you think?
Absolutely.
Instead, it had the opposite effect. He looked foolish.
And that one's good.
You can't.
And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. And a nice shot by Bryant.
And really, how about the quick release?
18 and 7. I think injuries have been a factor. But last year, it was down to 7 and 4 his game averages, so he's starting to slide. That is up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
And really, Bask when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. That's on D'Angelo Russell. The 76ers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
And guys, you know what? That's made things hard for them in a lot of their games. I mean, that inability to convert their chances at the free throw line.
That gives them the lead. Hibbert's got his first.
Hits down low, yet you can't make him out to be more than he is.
Thompson with the bucket.
It's been a very efficient first quarter for him. He's creating good opportunities and converting those that he creates.
The drive by Russell. Again, the Lakers.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy.
Covington dishes to Smith. 76ers moving the ball around.
What a passing display.
Here's Russell. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Russell's got the other way. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
And a couple guys got hot early, and then it became contagious. You could see that
there's a hot shooter. The defense can kind of lock into that guy and then let somebody else get some shots, but that wasn't even an option in that game because everybody was on fire.
On its way from Young for 2, again Los Angeles.
This
Philadelphia's gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. Here's Landry. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Roy Hibbert picks one up. Well, great for Brett Brown and the Spurs connection. He was an assistant in San Antonio for 7 years, was really indoctrinated.
He grew up and where he spent a lot of time, but no doubting his passion and his coaching ability. He's good in both.
Lets the 3 fly. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
And for the Lakers, obviously the big get for them was landing the number 2 overall pick in the draft. Getting a quality big to add to a roster with Kobe is huge. It made them a player, again, I believe, in free agency.
Now we'll go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Brett Brown.
And Kevin, I asked him what he thought would be a key factor for them coming into this game, and he said, well, our length and shot blocking should help. It gives offenses something to think about when they come inside the lane, and oftentimes that tentativeness can be a game changer. Guys, every team in the league wants that interior presence, and he just explained one big reason why.
Okay, thank you, Doris. And the
kind of games.
And I'm sure that would suit them just fine. It may not be what the fans want to see or hear, but a win is a win. Come on now. A W is a W. They have money. It's still a marquee franchise in the NBA, one of the top 2 or 3, no doubt. When you have high draft picks and money to spend, people want to play for you.
And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel. Taking a look at Lou Williams last year, kind of a typical year for him, a lot of scoring on bad efficiency.
Yeah, and for Lou, he did make it over the 40% field goal mark, but just barely.
Just barely, you're right. Jakar Sampson's checked in for Philadelphia. Marshall comes in for Thompson. Metta World Peace, he's checked in for the Lakers.
In my opinion.
And so here is Philadelphia. They trail by 6.
My goodness, he sure can get off the ground.
Oh, the line was outstanding, guys. I mean, he picked up a lot of points at the stripe.
And he gets it to go.
And Williams certainly does personify.
Here's Brand, and that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort. Piece of it. Here's Clarkson. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for the Lakers.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well.
Fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
On up the court. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And what a beautiful way to polish off that.
The Lakers need to get a shot off here. Bass. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. And now it's an 11-point Los Angeles lead.
And really, these teams don't.
And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Lakers on top, up 11. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And guys, the Lakers enjoying a nice lead here.
You always like it when your team doesn't settle for outside shots, and that's been the case here early on.
Yeah, I agree with you. They've done a nice job, Greg, working it low and not taking the easy way out on offense, keeping that pressure on the defense by going inside.
Pulls up on the wing. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5. Sixers need to get off a shot, and that one's good. And former coach of the year, Byron's. Here is Bryant. 76ers getting the bucket. And the 3 ball is good. Bryant's got 8.
Performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up.
16. And Bryant kicks to Russell. That's in, coming off an assist by Kobe. Los Angeles making a change here as well. Young's checked in. Here's Okafor. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Well, clearly the 76ers were the youngest team in the league last season, and with all the draft picks they've stockpiled, they'll be the youngest team for a while. It's
youth movement going on in Philadelphia, but they still need some veterans in that locker room. Very hard
level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Really a heads up.
Here's Russell. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Russell's got 12 points for 26 points for him last game against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
And don't forget about...
Here's Landry, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Landry's got 6.
Just not enough bodies on the glass.
In the second. Picked by Okafor. To the paint. Here's Thompson. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Smith's last game against Indiana. Trying to get back on track, and he sinks the layup. Young's got 8 points.
He got a little...
And it's Smith penetrating. Kicks to Okafor. 11 feet away. That's good. 9 points in the game. Stolen by Landry. And here we go. Thompson heading to the hoop. And the shot is good. Thompson's got 4 this quarter.
Really not hard. Too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
Shot's good from Young.
Would end with a road record of 9-32. That is a franchise worst for them.
That's good.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific. In a word, that's terrible.
Shot's good by Clarkson.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really...
There's a screen by Noel. Marshall lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Again, Los Angeles. The 76ers. He's covered by Clarkson. There it is, his second make of the game. He's missed 5. Right wing. Clarkson kicks to Nance. Connects on the foul line jumper. Nance has got his second bucket of the night.
Timely pass, ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
The 76ers have had a disappointing game so far from the line. Only 3 free throws made.
Shooting for Philadelphia.
The first one falls.
2 shots.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Lakers lead by 16. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Roy, what's been working out here in the first half for you guys?
We were limiting them to one shot, trying to get in their passing lanes, make everything tough for them on ball. If we keep this up, we'll be all right tonight.
Roy, great job in the first half. We'll see if you can sustain it. Guys, over to you.
Thank you, Doris, and we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you to the halftime show on 2K Sports. It's the Lakers out on top at halftime. They're leading by 16. And let's go to Kenny. What'd you think of their first half?
I love how they opened the game up. They pushed the ball up court at every opportunity, and they put the defense on their heels. But it wasn't just a track meet. It was a well-thought-out strategy that the coaches had way beforehand. We'll see what adjustments get made to try to stop their transition game in the second half.
Shaq, what'd you think about Philadelphia?
On defense, they've been all over the place, especially when it comes time to protecting the rim. They struggle in a lot of areas, but they got to toughen up inside. It's a tough matchup for them right now, but that interior presence has to improve if they want to chip away at that deficit.
That's going to do it for now, as the second half is just about ready to get started. We'll see you later.
Now it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback.
Take a look at what Clarkson's been doing. He's got 13 points, and he's tacked on a couple of blocks today, too.
And they've been important to the team. Even if it's only a couple, it's helped them establish a defensive presence inside.
Philadelphia moving the ball around. And Hibbert with the block. Here's Okafor. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. Kobe with the steal. And now Russell pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout, just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
Here's Okafor after the basket by the Lakers. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
And you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect.
Corner, the tray. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Covington's got 11.
Don't underestimate him. He can knock that down.
Kobe attacking. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting.
And the Lakers will go the other way with it. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. And the jam by Nick Young.
The one-hand tomahawk for you, folks. That's all that matters.
Very start of the year, a lot of fans didn't even bother to show up to Booth. I mean, Philly had the worst attendance in the league every trip down.
Now, here is Smith following the miss by Kobe Bryant. Smith dishes to Okafor. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Let's see how the 76ers have performed over the last few weeks. Second and second chance points. 9th and blocks. And they haven't concerned themselves too much with...
Listen, playing Western Conference teams is never easy. And for the 76ers last year, it got downright ugly. Some games against the West, they just didn't stand any chance. It really does make the game easy.
Covington passes to Okafor. Puts it up from 12. Score that one for him. His 8th field goal. 8 for 11 on a very accurate night. 6 wins in their 30 games. Clark out of conference.
And Kevin, that was tied for the fewest wins against the West in the league. But again, no storm, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
And the jam by Nick Young.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but...
He dishes it to Covington. Picked by Okafor, off the screen. Covington with the bucket. Covington's got... Here's Okafor, and Hibbert with the block. And he gets it back.
And a chance to check out the numbers for Randall. He's averaging 7 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
And fellas, I would say he's been overachieving a little bit lately. Hopefully, this is a sign of greater things for the future.
And he knocks down the first one.
Some fantastic numbers here for Okafor. 8 rebounds and 2 steals.
And guys, really impossible to say where he's been better, offensively or defensively.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, he's not missed a beat at either end. That's obvious.
Here we go, one-on-one.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
And the highlight for missing. Los Angeles leading by 16. And here's the fast break. Russell leading the way.
Fantastic.
An 8 of 13 on shot attempts to begin the second half. Count the bucket. And the Lakers lead by 20.
Just off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Oh, they are putting the hammer down. A huge lead right now.
Yeah.
Well, there may be some questions for a while about D'Angelo Russell. People will guess which position he's best at in the NBA. You and I saw him firsthand. Around. Again, Okafor missing.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg.
Here's Young. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Another miss by Philadelphia.
And you can say this just about every prospect, but I think with Russell, he'll need some time to adjust. He has the raw skill to play multiple spots.
We've got 1:55 left in the third quarter. Thompson outside. Looking to end the drought. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Smith's got his... Marshall dishes to Noel. Can't cash in from close range.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in.
Now, here's Clarkson, guarded closely.
That's a jump ball.
And here is Los Angeles now. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Marshall. From the line. Can't get it to fall. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Lakers ahead, running away with it. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. And the Lakers have possession. They've got ball. Pass to Huertas. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. Williams has got 3 assists tonight.
Low that their open court offense has been played with. I mean, it's been humming quietly, but very efficiently.
And in today's NBA, it's all about spacing on offense. It used to be more about finding matchups to exploit. Now it is all about opening up great looks by spreading the floor.
And with great spacing in the NBA, you need great shooting. More than ever, shooting and spacing, Clark, are at a premium in the NBA for teams.
Yeah, well, it starts with point guards being able to break down defenses and get into the lane to create open shots. You want to be able to create space for the point guards to drive, so you need shooters on the wings.
And he makes both free throws. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Bass with a screen for Williams. He kicks it to Bass. Here's Kelly. Drills it from outside.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Marshall cans the shot with nobody near him. Let the three, and he gets it to go.
He might not have the long range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down.
In the books here in the fourth. He feeds it to Kelly. From 15 feet away, connects, the jumper drops. You know, Clark, losing teams handle tough situation, not only for teams, but the league to try to figure out and rule on.
Yeah, exactly, Kevin. Well said, and I'm not sure what the answer is. I don't think it needs to be tinkered with at this point, though.
And he gets it to go. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Here's Holmes. Shot's good. Marshall making the play.
Boy, that was a rugged.
Down low, here's Holmes. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for Los Angeles.
From mid-range, it's been a very nice game for them. I mean, they've been finding the bottom of the net a lot.
Yeah, but I also like the bounce.
Dishes it to Sacre. Shot off the pick. And that one's good.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Washington, where they'll face the Wizards. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
No hesitation. Didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range. You know, and when you look at Lou Williams, he's always had a shooting guard skill set in kind of a point guard's body. Now, he's not just a long-range bomber. He will attack the basket and earn his share of trips to the foul line, and that's where he's really deadly.
And, you know, back to Williams, sometimes it's better to own one thing, be a master at that, than try to fit a round peg into a square hole. I mean, he's not a really good passer.
And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Stauskas has got to the middle. Here's Brand. Lays it in without an inch of room around him.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a...
Pass to Huertas. He kicks to Sacre. 6 to shoot. And the basket good.
And this collapse we've seen by their interior defense, it's really the reason why they've struggled and are in such a hole.
Pass to Sacre. 5 to shoot. The basket is good off the assist from Williams.
From that in-between range, they've been...
Duck the screen. Stauskas dishes to Landry. Marshall with it. Williams picks him up. Here's the floater, and that one's good. 6 points here for Kendall Marshall. Well, we were talking about max contracts. There are arguments. Here's Sampson, covered by World Peace.
Two shots, gentlemen.
At the line for your 76ers, Jakar Sampson.
The first free throw is good. Robert Covington's checked in for Stauskas. The Lakers also with a sub. Pass is checked in. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
The story in the first half was their low free throw percentage. They've corrected that here in the second half, and hopefully they can build on it as this game continues to progress.
From deep three-point range, sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Here's Marshall.
For three.
And one thing that...
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Kobe, tell us about the mindset of this team tonight and what you hope to accomplish.
Just come out and play well, just play with a lot of energy, execute well, read the defense well, and make unnecessary cuts.
Talent and execution. Kobe, thank you so much. Guys, over to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. And Ernie Johnson is still in the building, folks, for the postgame show. Coming up next,
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, thank you. So why don't we take a look now at our Jordan Player of the Game? He notched his season high, and his scoring really seemed to set the tempo for his team tonight.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.